It was a cloudless Wednesday morning when the black limousine pulled into the courtyard of Westbridge University. The glossy car glided like a shadow across the cobblestones, coming to a stop in front of the Mahoney Building, the university's most prestigious lecture hall. Inside the car sat billionaire Luther Grantham, dressed immaculately in a navy suit, with a silver pocket watch clipped to his vest like he borrowed fashion advice from a time traveler. At 56, he was one of America's most talked-about entrepreneurs. Having transformed a failing food empire into a global luxury brand, Grantham Organics. Students had lined up hours before his scheduled appearance. He wasn't just a businessman. He was a celebrity. For months, the university had promoted this as an opportunity of a lifetime, a live tasting of Grantham's new experimental product, Sustainabite, a revolutionary food cube that promised full nutrition in just 2 bites. Inside the auditorium, the air buzzed with excitement. Faculty, journalists, even the local mayor's office had reserved seats. And yet Elijah Reed, a quiet biology major sitting in the 4th row, felt an uneasiness building in his chest, subtle wrongness. His eyes never left the glossy black box on the podium.
Ow.
The room darkened slightly as Luther Grantham took the stage. Spotlights bathed him in gold. The billionaire smiled, flashed a perfect set of teeth, and the crowd applauded like a rock star had entered. "Good morning, future leaders," he boomed, his voice confident. "You are the first humans outside of my laboratory to witness the evolution of food itself." He held up a shimmering cube, smaller than a marshmallow, glowing faintly green. "This," he said, "can end world hunger." The audience gasped, cameras flashed. Grantham turned slightly, lifting the cube to his mouth. "Imagine a world where food is accessible, sustainable, and tailor-engineered to your body's exact needs. That world begins now." He opened his mouth. "And then don't eat that." The scream came from the 4th row. Everyone turned. All eyes landed on Elijah. He was standing, his arm half raised, as if trying to reach the cube from across the room. His face was pale. His breath was rapid. Grantham froze, cube inches from his lips. "What did you say?" the billionaire asked, stunned. Elijah's voice cracked, but didn't falter. "That cube, it's derived from a compound developed in illegal neurobiological trials. It's not safe. And I know, because my brother was one of the test subjects." The silence was violent. Someone dropped their phone. A professor's mouth hung open. And Grantham, his hands began to shake. After the outburst, the presentation was cut short. A security team led Elijah out, not in handcuffs but surrounded, as if he were both a witness and a threat. Grantham didn't speak. He didn't eat the cube. In fact, he didn't say another word until he was back in his car. From the back seat, he made a single phone call. "Activate Protocol Theta. I want everything on this Elijah Reed. Background, family, medical history, and find out what happened to his brother." Back on campus, rumors exploded. Was Elijah mentally ill? A conspiracy theorist? Or had he actually just exposed the biggest scandal in modern food science? Elijah, meanwhile, sat in a small conference room, surrounded by 3 university officials and a lawyer from Grantham Organics. He wasn't shaking. He wasn't confused. He looked them all in the eye and said, "I didn't come here to cause a scene. But if I hadn't stopped him, that cube might have triggered seizures, psychotic episodes, or worse. I've seen what it does. My brother Isaac was one of 20 test subjects in a private research facility. 19 are gone. He's the only one left." "Barely." The lawyer leaned forward. "These are serious allegations. I have serious evidence." The head of the biology department looked up. "Mr. Reed, you're reclaiming one of the largest food corporations in the world is using banned biochemical compounds in their new product? I'm not claiming it. I'm proving it." He reached into his backpack and pulled out a flash drive. The flash drive contained more than anyone expected. Video logs, test data, interview transcripts. A series of confidential lab memos. And at the center of it all, a project labeled BetaFeed, cognitive food enhancement via synthetic neural stimulants. The signature at the bottom of the approval form? Dr. Luther Grantham, Ph.D. But that was impossible. Grantham had always claimed to be a businessman, not a scientist. It spoken openly about having no hand in the research, only funding. And yet, there he was, signing off on chemical enhancements that altered brain chemistry through digestible proteins. Isaac's name appeared in the participant list. So did the names of 19 others, most marked with a red tag. Deceased neurological shutdown. University staff were stunned. The lawyer went pale. One faculty member threw up in a trash bin. The president of the university made a call to the state governor. Within hours, an internal investigation was launched. News didn't tea-break to the public. Not yet. But the weight of what Elijah had revealed was already tearing the campus apart. But Elijah wasn't done. That night, alone in his dorm, he received an encrypted email from a blocked address. Subject line: I know what happened at Site 3. Attached was a blurry image. A man in a wheelchair with a feeding tube and blank eyes. Read: Isaac is alive, but not free. By dawn, Elijah was gone, not kidnapped. He left voluntarily. Destination: an old research facility on the edge of Arizona, labeled on maps only as Site 3, abandoned. It was the last place Isaac had been taken before he disappeared 2 years ago. Meanwhile, Grantham was spiraling. Behind closed doors, he interrogated his executive team. Why wasn't Site 3 scrubbed? He bellowed. I paid a fortune to bury that. The head of security hesitated. Sir, we thought Isaac died, the data said. The data lied, Grantham snapped. That boy knows things no outsider should. If he finds Site 3, everything falls apart. In a private moment, Grantham opened a hidden compartment in his office and removed a photo. It was old, faded. 2 boys around 12 standing in front of a rundown church in Georgia. One white, one black, both smiling. The back read, Luther plus Eli, brothers in every way but blood. He closed his eyes. What did we become? Back on the road, Elijah's mind raced. The email had come from someone on the inside. A whistleblower, or maybe a survivor. He didn't know who. Expose the truth. Expose the truth. Rescue his brother. Take down Grantham before Sustainabite went global. As the bus crossed the desert, he whispered under his breath, This isn't just about Isaac anymore. It's about everyone they hurt. It's about justice.